back to Between the Ribs with Jonathan Morris on Florida Man Radio.
All right, let's get back at it. The UAW, the United Auto Workers, another dog on a leash by the Democratic political party, has filed a lawsuit this past Tuesday on Donald Trump and Elon Musk for threatening to intimidate workers who go on strike.
Wait a minute.
What was the crime? Because they're
not allowed to be angry about something and protest about it?
The freedom of speech, correct? Two grown men having a grown man conversation about life and corporate and work and the state of unions today. And I don't mean the state of the union. I mean state of unions today. And I will say this. I come from a sugar background. And at the sugar mill, the refineries, welders, electricians, the union was a good thing back in the old days.
Yes.
It offered you good representation. If your boss got mad and didn't like you, he just couldn't fire you anymore. Even if you're in a right-to-work state, the union would still give you representation. God forbid you used your best judgment and made a bad mistake, the union would help you keep your job or help you negotiate a settlement, as you were dismissed from your job, help you get into another job. They made sure that you got your 15-minute breaks, 1 in the morning, 30 at lunch, and 15 in the afternoon. Yes, some of that goes against capitalism, corporate America, saying we need more work, more work, more work. So I get the fact that there is a fine line of where companies and corporations can abuse workers. I understand that. I get it. But in today's world, unions have become nothing more than organized bullies. That's all they are. All right? Donald Trump and Elon Musk were having a conversation about how they feel about unions, and this was on X, right? The freedom of speech. And Trump made a comment to Musk that he was a cutter. And he praised him for his anti-union stance. Meaning a cutter like you cut right through it. You cut through the bull crap.
Right, okay.
All right? He wasn't meaning like you go out and cut people or you're a self-inflicted cutter.
Okay,
no, for clarification,
went there.
It was like a compliment. Like, you're the man. You're a beast. I admire your stance. You're not scared and you're not intimidated by these bullies. All right? Joe Biden is one of the first presidents, and if I'm wrong, somebody will correct me, that actually went and stood on a picket line with workers back when the UAW sued Ford and Chevy, and I don't know, they sued like 9 different automakers up in New York. If you can find that for me, because he wanted to show that he's for the people, he's with the people, he's with the working people, and we're gonna stick it to the man. Well, here's the deal, right? And I hate saying here's the deal now because Biden says that crap so much. But here's the facts of the matter. Tesla, and I just found this out, by the way, on the Shannon Burke Show on Tuesday. Check him out. Shannon and I both now have podcasts. If you're listening, you can go to the Florida Man app, download that. It's free. Hit the podcast button. You can catch all the Between the Ribs. Randy has done a fantastic job. He's got all our August shows up, and he's got Shannon shows up.
We love you, Randy.
Yeah, so thank you, Randy. Thank you, Florida Man Radio. If you listen to us on YouTube, go to the App Store, Florida Man Radio app. It's free. You can check out some good talk radio there. That being said, I lost my train of thought. But
unions, organized bullies.
Unions and organized bullies. All right. Elon Musk, and this is where I was going with it. I found this out on Tuesday.
Okay.
Because I've known for a while that Ford is no longer really American. And Todd is one of my good buddies, and I do understand that there are parts of the Ford truck that are still built in America, but all the other stuff comes in from Asia, Mexico, China, and then it's assembled in the United States of America. But growing up in the 70s and 80s, it was Ford tough, built Ford tough, American made, the heartbeat of America, Chevy Silverado, right?
I haven't heard that in a while.
Because they're not. Chevy, GMC, they're all put together in America. And there was a time, and I guess I'm kind of backdated, when Kia out of Tennessee was the most American car out there. Kia was, even though Kia has a weird name, right? Kia is actually, their plant is, I think it's in Tennessee, either Tennessee or Georgia. And they actually build Kias in America. And it's crazy because you would think Kia is a foreign car, but Kia was very American. Well, in the last, I think like 6 years, Tesla has risen to the top of American-made vehicles.
By the way, it's West Point, Georgia that Kias are made.
West Point, Georgia. All right. But wouldn't that blow your mind? Ford, Chevy, Dodge.
Yeah.
But Kia representing, right? Too bad Kia don't make a tough truck.
I was going to say, and they were always in the very beginning, they were always like the inexpensive car, the cheaper car. Like, I think it was the first car I bought, and it was like brand new, top of the line,
bought a Kia.
12 grand, like
Yes.
out of the lot. Like,
Amy and I got a black Kia, and it actually, we were in a parking lot one day sitting next to a BMW. And the Kia, I can't remember the model we bought. It looked just like the black BMW sitting next to us. And I was like, man, I ought to pull his BMW sticker off and put it on my Kia. No one would know. I mean, but Kia was really good at making cars look like they were really great cars, but they were cheaply made for whatever reason, or inexpensively made, and they were 12 grand, 13 grand, 14 grand, And Amy and I, we had a Lincoln, old man's car that I got from an old man when I first got married to her because I had to get rid of my Rambler and my truck. And then our first family car was a Kia. Anyway, long story short, Tesla now, and I have to say I'm sorry. I really do. Because I have always, even though I like Elon Musk, I've always been against Tesla. I don't do electric. I don't want an electric vehicle. I'm not into the Green New Deal. I want gas-powered, diesel-powered trucks and cars. And I've always assumed and looked at Tesla as like the enemy. I just have. That's Jonathan Moore's opinion. But to now find out that Tesla is the most authentic American-made car, American-made manufacturer.
really?
Yeah, three of their vehicles are on like the top 5 list of all cars made in America.
All right.
But guess what? They're ununionized. And Elon Musk refuses to let the union in his plants.
Good, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, they try to say it's bad that he's not for the workers and he's a socialist, capitalist, dictator. But he has allowed his employees to buy stock options and ownership in that company they work for. That's better than a union when you're part owner. And yeah, you're probably not getting the same stock package that the CEOs get, but at least you get some payback and you get some.
Yeah.
You're buying
that's
into
only
your.
going to grow.
Yeah, you're buying and paying into your future as an employee there. Yeah. So he gives incentives on why not to be in the union. And I think they're great incentives. And a while back when a bunch of people were like, oh, we're going to go on strike, and we're going to stand out front and picket Tesla, Elon Musk walked through the crowd and said, you can either go inside the gate and clock in and go to work, or I'll replace all of y'all tomorrow. Because my business ain't going to stop. I pay y'all good. You get breaks. You get an employee package. You get retirement. You get everything you're supposed to get. I can't give you $40 more an hour just because some union boss paid for by the Democrats is trying to get you to riot against me, to shut me down, because guess what? I don't send no money to China and Asia and Japan and all the other communist countries that have bought and paid for American parts and American names. Ford is in bed with China. Chevy is in bed with China. So, of course, the UAW is on behalf of those companies because they're in bed with China. They're not in bed with the people. And they're another political dog on a leash that's going after Trump. Trump did more for the American workforce than Joe Biden in 4 years. Trump, in 4 years, did more for the American working people than Joe Biden has done in 48? How many years? He's been up there 48 years? 50?
Something like that.
50?
Something like that.
Yeah, he's never done anything for people. He says he does it. He does a lot of show and blow, but there ain't never no go. Oh, write that down. We need a T-shirt. Show and blow, but never no go. That's how Joe Biden is. That's how he runs his presidency. And don't get me wrong. I understand wanting to make more money and get more raises, but have you ever thought about this? If you want more worth, get more worth.
Be more worthy. Yeah.
So,
no, I get it.
So like, for example, somebody has a job offer out there. We're paying this much money for this job, and you accept it. You accept the terms of an agreement. You go to work, and then somebody gets in your ear, man, that guy drives a Lexus. That guy drives a brand new truck. That guy has
makes $3 more an hour than you.
That guy has 2 houses. That isn't fair. Without him, he wouldn't, without you, he wouldn't be nothing. And they start planting that seed of deceit and comparing other people's money. And you're no longer happy with the job you agreed to work for the money you agreed to work for. So instead of saying to yourself, How can I make myself more worthy to this man to get more, or woman, to get more money? You start demanding more money. And I'm going to get a group of people to demand with me. And if you don't give in to our needs, we're going to stand out front and yell and scream and holler and not let people in your shop. That sounds like a temper tantrum from a baby, right?
Yeah.
That's what unions represent today. And it's absolutely disgusting. If you want more worth, make yourself more worthy. You want to increase your worth, then increase your worth. Or I got a crazy idea. How about go start your own company?
No. I'm not doing that. We just talked before the show. And yeah, that's a lot of headache.
You think so?
I do.
Oh my gosh. Hang on, we gotta talk about this real quick.
And then we gotta talk about your shop because we haven't done that yet.
We sell meat.
Okay.
Okay, this is a perfect segue. Do you want to know why? And we're gonna have to do another video about this topic.
Okay.
Why you want to shop at organicmeats.com
Yes.
and organic meats at our store? Because we mean what we say, and clean means clean. We don't hide behind a fake organic label. I don't even promote organic because it's such a watered down bullcrap label. Matter of fact, the Food and Drug Administration just sent out notices, and this is disgusting, that they sent out notices to the company that are violating the trust of the American people, but yet because the company has to have so much time to fix their mistake, we don't find out for 6 to 8 months later. High quality organics has been in serious violation code for the last 6 months, going all the way back to November 2023, as recent as January 2024. So if you go back to November of 2023, that's actually 9 months, 10 months? 9 months, give or take?
Sure.
You want to know what they're in violation of? Well, first of all, High Quality Organics is a processing company that processes ready-to-eat organic herbs, spices, dried fruit peels, and dried vegetables. They are in violation for not being able to verify where their product comes from. They do not have implement risk-based supply chain programs, which means how do you know if anything was contaminated with salmonella or any of the other bacteria that could harm people? Because this is not a kill point product. Kill point means you go home and you cook it, so you have an opportunity to kill anything on it. This is a ready-to-eat product that is claiming to be organic. So not only do they not have things in play to check for listeria, salmonella, or anything else that can make you sick, ready? 90% of their product tested to have above high standards of restricted pesticide residue.
Oh, man.
Now, their name is High Quality Organics. They sell ready-to-eat organic dried fruit peels, dried vegetables, herbs, and spices.
Dried fruit pills? Really?
Yeah, they're
really?
nasty.
That's stupid.
But here's where I'm going with it. This is another organic label that is not organic, that is violating people's trust in the organic label and selling you crap that they don't even know where it's coming from, first of all. They have no records of tracking where their stuff is coming from, who handled it, how it was handled, was it properly, and in a test, it's showing up with restricted pesticide levels. So they're not organic. They're not taking their organic label away. They're just telling them to fix their mistakes. Organic labels
and they have 8
suck
months.
it.
They have 8 to 10 months.
Yes. Why their product is still on the shelf being sold to the American people.
Have fun with that.
So instead of wasting your money on organic labels, check out Morris Family Farms Organic Meats, 407-402-5686 or organicmeats.com. We'll holler at you in a little bit.
God bless the